Zulu lions taught to seek dangers. Raven defiance, boy, the Lord was doing favors. Blaze through the fire, yeah, we had a few. Lost a few wages. Still coming rampant, misbehavior, flavors. Still coming.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Now Cousins going to change it up. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It was Daron Payne who got in there to make the play.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Completes this to Addison out left. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Here's 3rd and 6. Cousins. That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. To throw is Cousins. It's caught here by Adams. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Josh Jacobs taking it in from the 20. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
A 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders. At their own 22. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Off play action. It's Howell. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give left side to Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
With a play fake, and now here's Hal to throw it. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
2nd and 7. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They go play action. Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Taking it about the 16. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. Samuel bringing in the slant. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Hal to the air on 1st and 10. Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 69 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
73 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, on is the punter Ryan Wright. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Al now to throw it. And Thomas has it. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Robinson up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Howell. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Third and 1. Howell's going to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson. 41 yards. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Montez Sweat with a tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Third and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 84 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, and this is a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Cousins. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The Vikings in the hurry-up. They're hustling up to the line. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. And now they'll shift things around.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Cousins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change.
At their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing here, Howell. That is incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Howell will throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Now Osborne to return it. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Here's 3rd and 9. Cousins now. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll go play action. Howell. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Brian Asamoah working his way in to pick up the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he's got room. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Second down, Cousins. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Devontae Adams from 19 yards away. And the Vikings have moved out in front. The York on now for the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that's caught inside the 30. Big yardage that time for Washington, 47 yards. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
On first down, Howell. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Back to throw, Howell. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lewis-Cine. And the Vikings are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. In motion right goes Adams. Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Here's Chandler again. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Chandler, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so.
And now here is another interception. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. A gain of 22. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Chandler is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. This is 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
Powell. And my goodness, another interception. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got him.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Here's a handoff to Jacobs.
They juked him, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 7.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
130 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a